Worried about gout? Check out Ural, the effective urinary alkalinizer. Ural, neutralize your uric acid problem now.
This is KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad. Anwar Ibrahim wants to unite all opposition parties to face BN in Johor. But even when it comes to which logo to use, PKR and other Harapan parties aren't on the same page. PKR will use its own logo for the Johor state election. However, coalition partners Amanah and DAP will stick with the Harapan banner.
Untuk keadilan yang lain PH. Kita setujui tadi, okey? Saya nak sambung mesyuarat.
The decision was made following a Pakatan Harapan Presidential Council meeting this evening. Harapan chairperson Anwar Ibrahim said a consensus was achieved that PKR would use their own logo while the rest will use Harapan's logo. The difference in opinion over a common logo had persisted since the Malacca polls. During last November's Malacca polls, PKR had pushed for all Harapan parties to use its logo but gave in after Amanah and DAP insisted on using their coalition banner. PKR took a similar position in the upcoming Johor polls, and it appeared that Harapan components were unable to break the impasse this time. Bersatu is going to need all the help they can get in Johor, and they're even willing to work with Harapan, but it's not an idea Anwar Ibrahim wants to entertain. Pakatan Harapan chairperson Anwar Ibrahim doesn't appear keen to join forces with Bersatu again. Speaking to reporters today, the PKR leader brushed off a proposal for the coalition to work with Bersatu. This comes after Johor Bahru Bersatu Deputy Chief Razul Anwar Rusli proposed that Bersatu get together with Harapan again for the Johor polls in the face of a resurgent Umno. Anwar reiterated Harapan's commitment to unite the opposition parties, including from outside its coalition, but pointed out that Bersatu did not fit the criteria. He said the matter does not arise as Bersatu is not part of the opposition. He said this after chairing the Harapan Presidential Council meeting at the PKR headquarters in Petaling Jaya this evening. With Bersatu nowhere to go, Nur Jazlan says PAS is just looking for a backdoor into the Johor government. PAS wants to save themselves and ensure they stay in the government, according to Johor Umno Deputy Chief Nur Jazlan Muhammad. He said this is why PAS is attempting to meet Johor Umno Chief Hasni Muhammad. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, Nur Jazlan said PAS knows it is in Johor and was now trying to ride on Umno's coattails. He added that PAS has proven they are weak in the Malacca state election and has questioned why Umno should help them now. He also said PAS was now looking for a backdoor into the Johor government. Nur Jazlan was commenting on the ongoing attempts by the Johor PAS leadership to seek a meeting with Hasni a day after the letter announced that BN, a coalition which Umno leads, will not seek further alliances. Johor PAS Chief Abdullah Hussain said a meeting was sought on Sunday, but that was unsuccessful. Nur Jazlan said he does not intend to meet Johor PAS leaders because Umno's leadership and grassroots had already decided that they must cut ties with Pakatan Nasional, of which PAS is a member. However, he said it was Hasni's prerogative to do so. Umno's number 2 says the majority in Umno wish to face the state election alone, but it'll be up to the party's leadership whether to include PAS. Most Umno divisions in Johor prefer to go solo in the state election. However, PAS still appears to be harbouring hope for an electoral pact. Umno Deputy President Muhammad Hassan said the top leaders will look at the matter thoroughly before making a decision so that it will be for the benefit of BN. Acknowledging that this will be the first election where the voting age has been lowered from 21 to 18 and also automatic voter registration, Muhammad said the challenges are not exclusive to BN. Responding to skepticism if BN can capture a 2/3 majority in Johor, he noted that there was similar skepticism during the Malacca polls. He stressed that the focus now would be to convince voters. He added that BN already has a substantial base of voters and must secure them, on top of trying to convince independent voters. Johor Menteri Besar Hasni Muhammad sought a dissolution of the State Assembly last Saturday, paving the way for fresh polls within 60 days. The Election Commission is expected to meet on February 9th to decide on the nomination and polling days. Umno triggered the snap poll while riding on its landslide win in Malacca last November. We've all seen the viral video of the drain collapse in Selangor, but if it wasn't for the quick thinking of several locals, more cars could have been damaged. That was the ground around a storm drain collapsing near Sri Kembangan in Selangor. Several vehicles parked around the drain were damaged by the collapse. Photos and videos of the incident have gone viral on social media.
Takut tengok depan mata tu macam takut. Kita jerit macam ingat takut ada orang kan. Sebab dia sangat laju jatuh. Macam terdiamlah tengok takut.
The visuals of the cars in the drain were devastating. However, it could have been far worse if locals didn't step in to help.
Sebelum ni memang ada rekahan dah bahagian ni. Depan ni kan ada rekahan dah, tapi tak begitu kuat sangatlah. Nampak rekahan tu. Selepas hujan semalam, hujan lebat tu, dalam pukul 5 lebih lah, 5.30 begitu, nampak rekahan tu makin membesar. Makin membesar. Lepas tu ada satu kakak tu tegur. Cakap, kawasan ni bahaya, sudah besar rekahan dia. Terus saya pun bertindak cepat, beritahu kawan-kawan sini yang ada parking kereta depan tu kan. Lepas tu sudah kami tengok semua situ, lagi rasa nampak tanah tu makin mendap. Tanah tu makin mendap. So bila nampak mendap tu, yang kereta bahagian sini kami cepat-cepat alihkan. Kami cepat-cepat alihkan. Lebih kurang 10 biji lah kereta begitu kami alihkan. Dalam 10 biji tu ada 5 biji tertinggal yang tak sempat.
According to the Selangor Fire and Rescue Department, 5 vehicles were damaged at Jalan LP1A2, Lestari Perdana, but no one was injured. At a press conference today, Puchong MCA Chief Liu Yuan Kiong said it's a long-standing issue that has not been resolved by the authorities.
This problem has been here when they have a landslide back in 4 years ago. There is some soil erosion at the river bank, and you can see the clear crack on the road. But there is no proper immediate action taken to rectify it. MBSA have been informed, and then all the relevant departments have been informed, but so far no drastic action has been taken. So until this lately, there have been what we call heavy rain, accumulated water, so the soil erosion and cause trouble happen. And we want to ensure that this is the safety of the shop operators here.
Liu urged the authorities to find a more permanent solution to ensure the safety of locals.
We wish that this MBSA, local council, the relevant department to take immediate action to solve and rectify it immediately by putting up a more solid retaining wall or finding the soil test, so that we want to find the cause of it. It may be caused by some of the irrigation drainage problem. So we have to solve the problem, the root of the problem, before the what we call more solid project to be carried out. So as a local leader, as we want to follow up this project, and we want to ensure the safety of the people and the operators here.
Fahmi Reza is facing another sedition probe, this time for artwork in response to the floods. Fahmi Reza is being investigated for a social media post that allegedly depicted an edited image of the Pahang coat of arms with the words House of Balak. The activist was called to Bukit Aman yesterday to assist in investigations. Bukit Aman CID Director Abdul Jalil Hassan said Fahmi was called to have his statement recorded at the Classified Criminal Investigation Unit, Prosecution Legal Division of the CID. He added that the investigation is being carried out according to Section 4(1) of the Sedition Act for acts with seditious tendencies and Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act for improper use of network facilities or services. Fahmi's post went viral on social media following the massive flooding in December, which devastated parts of Pahang and Selangor. Vaccination is not compulsory for children, but the Health Ministry is encouraging parents to protect their children against COVID-19. Children aged 5 to 11 who do not get vaccinated against COVID-19 will not face any restrictions. Health Minister Kari Jamaluddin said this is because the COVID-19 immunization program for children is not mandatory. Kari said children will not be penalized like those who are not vaccinated in the adult group. However, he said parents are encouraged to register their children via MySejahtera to protect them against COVID-19. Last week, Kari announced the appointment booking system for child vaccination through MySejahtera would be open at the end of this month, kicking off in the Klang Valley. Through this initiative, the Health Ministry targets 70% of children from 5 to under 12 in the education system to be given a single dose of the Pfizer vaccine within 2 months from the program's launch in early February this year. The ministry currently applies certain restrictions on unvaccinated adults, including being barred to dine in at restaurants. Bersatu is keeping a close eye on Muda, which it says could pose a threat in Johor. Bersatu Deputy President Ahmad Faisal Azumu said Muda could pose a threat to all other political parties due to how it appeals to the youth. Despite this, Faisal maintained that unseating the current government would be a challenge even with the introduction of Undi 18 and automatic voter registration. Speaking on a Radio Television Malaysia program yesterday, Faisal added that youths also have an interest in other parties, including those from Pakatan Nasional and Barisan Nasional. The Johor snap polls will become the first election in which Undi 18 and automatic voter registration will come into effect. The Election Commission is estimating a 30% increase in new voters in the state. With the 15th general election expected to take place in the near future, the snap polls will be an important litmus test on whether Undi 18, the automatic voter registration, as well as new parties such as Muda and Pejuang will have an effect on GE15. It is also widely expected that Muda will field candidates for the first time in the Johor election. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.